Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic on Piccabeen Bay. So last episode, we started to the river and have followed it about halfway to the marsh, and it's been pretty productive. We've gotten, I think it's been technically 3 Bentang, but technically only 2 ethically, because I had to look up what the ethical chart actually was for the Bentang. It's a bit weird. The 300 caliber is the lowest firepower weapon you can use for hunting them. Then there's like a jump, and then you can use like 45-70 and this very high caliber stuff that's only ethical for the water buffalo. And this is all presented by Cac2R's permitted ammo tool. I think it was Dangerfloof who commented about like that this tool exists, and I do have to admit it's incredibly handy. But it's really bizarre and a bit convoluted for, like, how certain animals are for, like, their ethical charts. Like, the 303, which I mean, I don't exactly know how the ammo types exactly work for it, but I'd imagine the 303 is a bit higher firepower caliber than just the 300. And by that logic, you would think, okay, if the 300 is ethical, and that's the lowest end, everything above that should be ethical too, no? Apparently no. That's something where I do feel like the Hunter Call of the Wild has made it a lot less convoluted for a few things like that. Like when it comes to ammo types, they God, like all the fly ambience and that just around me is making me turn my head. But Call of the Wild, it's definitely less convoluted than that. You basically have each animal belongs to like a weapon class. So you have, I think it's like 0 to 6? It might even be more than that. I'm trying to remember all the classes, but basically you have, this uses a weapon type 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, and each weapon falls into more of this is a type 1, type 2, type 3. Granted, there's probably a much more intuitive way to do it than that. But I do think Call of the Wild has done a lot to help... Wait, was that Samba or was that Rusa? That said Rusa, so it was somewhere around here, I guess. And I probably took the shot and made it crap itself and run off, but... Yeah, Call of the Wild has improved on a number of things from the Hunter Classic. One of them being, you don't have to skill every single weapon up. You have a rifle grouping, a shotgun grouping, a revolver or pistol group. You have stuff like that, so it's less of a hassle just to get every single weapon to more, like, competency with. I'm actually surprised this guy was just on a leisurely walk, though we'll probably see the point where he heard the gunshot and then started fleeing soon. But, yeah, that's something that the Hunter Classic has always been bad for, in my opinion, is that it doesn't have cohesive information enough without, like, having to jump through so many different pages and stuff like that, just to get a clear answer for stuff. But now that we know the 303 isn't ethical for the Bentang, I don't really think I'll use it unless I get, like, a very good chance for, like, either the deer species that are here on Piccabeen. There's where it started fleeing. Okay. And something I'm going to try to also do a bit, too, is glass a bit more, because you can actually see some interesting little guys off on the sides and that. Like, oh, hello? Water buffalo? Yeah. Oh, and actually pretty darn close, too. So I do have the bow equipped, that's good. So let's see if we can get up here and get another water buffalo to start us off this episode. But yeah, between the Hunter Classic and the Hunter Call of the Wild, they both have some negatives in that to fix, but I probably lean more to enjoying Call of the Wild, because it feels like there's a little bit less hassle for just trying to go out on hunts. It really is a lot more if you can drop in, you can entirely progress in-game without, like, having to go through this out-of-game or through the launcher's mission system, stuff like that. I do feel the hunting is better in the Hunter Classic, but for the overall package between them, oh, you've got some impressive horns on you. Now, if you can just come a little bit closer and take a break. Okay, so I don't know where exactly that hit him. I'm hoping that was square in the lung, but I don't know for sure, because when the animals are on the move and you take the shots, sometimes it almost seems like the shot goes a lot further back from where you thought it would have been hitting. And, see, I don't know with this right here, because it's, like, not as... Okay, no, for the amount, that has to be a lung shot. Oh, really? See, that's my problem, is I didn't think I hit it that far back, but because it's moving, it almost registers like the animal is a little bit ahead of where you visually see it. And again, this is where I do like Call of the Wild, because it actually has on the, Oh, Lord, what the hell was that? Oh, that was the rooster deer. Okay, you know what? What I'll do is I'll put a little marker down where it came from, but then follow along for the water buffalo. Yeah, it's something, maybe it's just like me being a bit paranoid, but it feels like the animals actually might be a little further behind when they're moving than what you actually think they are at. Like, I don't really have a way to... Actually, I guess the way I can check is going to be... You guys could even try pausing in the video to see, like, where the compound bow shot looked like it went. Although, then there's also, like, things like the wind to take in consideration, too. It really is best to try to just go for the animal once it's standing still and just standing around. Try to avoid going for any shots where they're moving or mobile or stuff like that, because that's where things can get a little bit more wonky on you. Oh, okay, that's probably our water buffalo up there. Oh yeah, I think I can actually see the arrow sticking outside of him, so... Yeah, I'll have to see where the lung exactly is on the chart, because I didn't think it was that far back for where it landed. I was a little more ahead. Well, there's no way I'm going to be able to make the shot from all the way here. I'm going to have to try sneaking in closer. So one nice thing about being in this kind of terrain, or at least like not having all these big trees around me, is I have a pretty good view up to him as I'm like completely prone here. Is he still standing or did he go down? No, he's still standing with the arrow stuck in his side there. You know, the water buffalo actually don't really go that far once they've been wounded. Like, normally they seem to go a little bit beyond what you can, like, visually see, or quite a distance they cover. This guy, I mean, granted they are basically big walking tanks of animals, but didn't really go too far before just stopped and stopped fleeing, just kind of doing whatever he's doing there. And that seems to be me. Yeah, literally just standing still with the wound in him. But back to my earlier conversation, since we do have to kill a little bit of time up to getting close enough to try for another shot, I would probably weigh the Hunter Classic has better hunting to it. Call of the Wild definitely feels more arcadey and actiony and meant less for like a super simulation, or it's meant more for like a casual hunter that's not super deep and into it. But on the same token, it does have a lot of things to it that are a little bit more approachable and easier to understand. Like, again, the weapons, like weapon classes are a lot easier than trying to figure out, okay, I've got to go either using the store page to track this to here and remember that for this hunt. Although, there's still a lot of counterintuitive stuff in, like, in each of the entries. Like, one of my problems with Call of the Wild is the way they've tried to have, instead of doing the wildlife by reserve, it's just a big long list of wildlife, and you have to kind of, like, guess at this one is in this reserve, so open that individual page up to see it uses its ethical for weapon class. I think for most year it was like 4 to 6 or 4 to 7, something kind of like that. Okay, that I think is... Oh, that's another water buff behind me, so I might actually be able to try redeeming myself there. Now, these guys actually remind me of... I'm trying to remember, I think it was called The Wild, where I was going after, like, the bison. And they don't have, like, the greatest for senses. Okay, so he's just up ahead there still. Yeah, for a minute there, because of, like, the ferns here... Okay, I'm hoping that will put him down, because I think that one was a better shot off on him. Oh, Lord. What's behind me? Oh, I've got a whole herd of them. Okay, that's a female for sure, because you can actually see, like, the udders to them. Okay, let me try to get this guy before they're all on top of me. I'm hoping that was, like, a lung shot. I'm fairly sure it was another another hit on him. But I'll have to try to go and see... Oh, I also see... You guys can probably see it too, the wave effect going on with us right now. So just swap that out for that. Take a quick drink, and that'll be all remedied. Yeah, there we go. We're no longer tripping on the heat. Okay, so this is... Let's see for this one. Lungs heart. Okay, that was a proper shot. So he really shouldn't have been able to make it far, especially after the intestine shot. So I'm expecting we'll find him drop down... Should be just ahead or maybe behind one of these trees. I think I'm also hearing the hog squeal. It's not coming up on the hunter mate, but it sounds an awful lot like a hog squealing. I still want to be mindful of behind me, because again, there was a few water buffalo, I guess cows? I'm not really sure what I would call, like, the female water buffalo. Either way, there was 2 or 3 of them behind me, and I don't want to let them catch up to me. Okay, so where'd you go from here? Everything's been pretty easy to track so far. Oh. Yeah, I'm surprised he still had, like, this distance to be able to... Oh, hang on. Was there something? Oh, okay, there's actually a deer track there. I didn't realize that. I didn't think he'd be able to get this far with, like, the lung shot in after intestines, but he's definitely proven me wrong here. So I'm trying to think of... Oh, this water buffalo might be actually the first animal I've gotten for this second episode, isn't it? Or did I get another one? I can't remember. How far did he go? Wow. I gotta admit, I'm impressed with how sturdy these guys are. Like, I don't even think the... What did I use to hunt the bison? Because I was using something ethical for them. Was it the 300? I'm trying to remember from White Rime. I don't even think the bison had this much, like, Well, then again... Okay, so let's see here. Ah, shoot. I was trying to get the blood trail more. Oh. If the lungs are that big, I don't think I hit the intestines with the first shot. Like, let me see here. It's really hard to say from right here, because, like... I guess I'll give it to the game that maybe it was the intestines more. I don't think it was that far... What the heck? Okay, yeah, you guys want to talk about wonky visuals. That was apparently a lung shot coming out through his head there. Wait, did it register it went through his head? I didn't think it... Yeah, Call of the Wild, I think, got better, Nope, I better try to get this shot quick, considering what I just heard there. And let's bring your head over. There we go. That's good enough. What did we do? 32. I guess not too bad. Yeah, I've got to... Okay, let's crouch down and try to be cautious given what might be coming up behind us here. Like, I don't want to go for the females, but I would like to try to at least show I can get a proper lung or heart shot with the first arrow on something. Or on a water buffalo. But heavily advised, don't take even rifle shots. Try to avoid taking them on moving animals. Just go for ones or try to follow along with them until they do take that moment of rest to just like stand around, sniff, look around. It's far more reliable that you're going to hit where you're aiming or what you're trying to aim for than when he's on the move or walking. And I mean, I'll work my way back down towards where the roosted deer called from. It might be possible we'll even see those water buffalo again. I don't know if they were trying to follow him, and that's why we saw them, or they were just maybe passing through to get to the river again. But he actually did take us a fair ways from the waterway. But also another point that to heavily emphasize is don't worry about the heart shots. If you want to be super marksman, you can, and it is a way to get pretty reliably immediately down so you don't have to try tracking a wounded animal. I think its best advice is to aim more for the lungs, because much larger target, they are going to get the animal down. It might take a little bit of a track, but it's going to be better than trying for the heart and just getting a body, and you have to spend what can be a horrendous trek just trying to catch up to it. And not even, Okay, so... Well, looks like they're going to give me some distance so I can actually stand up and walk. It can be a horrendous track to try to just find a wounded animal, and then even harder to get another opportunity to try to get the shot in to properly down it. Because nobody likes getting the messages from the Hunter Classic where you left a wounded animal out there. Yeah, it wasn't exactly by choice. Sometimes they actually can run off right to beyond the map's perimeter, so you can't even go collect it. And it's not really on... It's hard to say it's your fault when there's a game boundary for you, but not for the animals. I've had that happen a few times in the Hunter Classic back before I started, started playing as the series on the channel. So I do want to keep my eyes open. I'll see what opportunities come in, because like I wouldn't mind getting a sambar or a roosted deer, so we can at least say we got another animal from the reserve. But unless the males, like the male deer, have some very unique looking antlers, I do have to say that this map does feel a little lacking compared to others. Like the scenery, the environment is great, but the actual animals for it, not really diverse enough. They don't kind of match up to how jungle-ish this feels, I guess, in a way. Okay, so, yeah, that's more water buffalo. So they might be actually... Ooh. I was going to say, it might be closer to the water's edge, and yeah, just spotted the, female or male? Okay, I think that's a female with the udders on her. Yeah. Yeah, so that's female. I don't know. She shouldn't be alone, because I thought there was like a group of them that were... maybe the other two have wandered off somewhere else. Well, again, we're going to try to focus more on just going after the males than another female, so we'll probably leave her alone. See if we can find anybody else, as we're... not doing too bad. We actually still have about 10 minutes to go or so. So we can get back to the water's edge, and then maybe even do a little bit of glassing around. Oh, hello. I just spotted the collars up there. Okay, so it looks like there's another water buffalo. I thought there was something else, too. I'll keep going and keep my eyes forward here. As one of the things is, it's not exact... The eye is drawn to movement quite a bit, so... It's... Oh. That sounded... Oh, that's a... For that call, that sounded a lot closer than it actually is. I just want to see what these were. Because I think I'll be able to... maybe they went downhill a bit. They're definitely closer than the Bentang is, so I'll just get up here and then try to see what these two animals were. I'm fairly sure it was two different ones, but I don't... They could have both been water buffalo, but... Let's just try to go up, see, and if nothing there, then I can always try to go loop and try for the Bentang, but... Yeah, on Piccabeen Bay, the river and the Western Lodge, a winning combination, E2. Again, I'm going to thank you so much, because that's really helped out for Piccabeen, because as we saw from last week, it can be pretty tough trying to hunt entirely in the bush. Nope. Okay, there we go. We've got something over there. Almost... Oh, actually, maybe it was hogs. I don't know if it was hogs I spotted before, to be honest, because I thought one of them for sure looked more like a much darker coloration. I thought there was a water buffalo around here. Huh, maybe not. Well, there was another rooster deer track. It's probably the one that I've been trying, or not trying, but have been sending fleeing all over and over again. See, I could try using the 303 on them, but I think considering like how often you can have feral hogs, wild boar, etc. on so many of the maps, I'd rather try going for that Bentang we heard call. Let me just see what this track is. Oh no, this is water... Oh, jeez. Okay, that was probably just a body shot on her. I knew I spotted a water buffalo around here. So we'll probably have to go and get her. Because, like, it does also look like the animals, they don't go directly to, like, a charge. Like, it's not once they really do pick you up. No, not rooster deer. I need the other track. God, I wish there was a way you could almost, like, cycle through these easier. That was... Okay, I really have to check that, because I don't feel like that was an intestine shot. Like, how... Did it penetrate all the way through her to get the intestines? Oh, crap. There's something else still here. Oh, no, it's just... Okay, this Bentang, where... It's definitely a loud frickin' animal. Alright, let me keep on this trail. I knew I had spotted a water buffalo around here. I didn't think it was the hogs. But I was... Definitely could have been much more situationally aware of that before, like, she came up as she did. But I do like that the animals don't go right into a full hard charge sometimes. Is that they almost do, like, this bluff charge, wait to see what you do, and depending... Oh, crap. Ow. Situational awareness? I could use some improvements. I think, you know what, I'm going to use a first aid kit here to get us up. I don't know if she's the one that I did wound, or she's a completely different one. The only way I'll know, I think, is by keeping on her there. Oh, actually, hang on, there's something else up there. Is that a Bentang? I think it is. It's a definitely different colored coat for it. Oh, it's a female. I don't think I'm going to go for the female. I think, again, just going to focus on the males, and let's focus on this one that... It is always right when the hunt's, like, basically towards its end, that everything starts being, like, activity-wise. I'm going to follow this water buffalo. I think she is the one I've wounded. I don't know for sure. I'm going to just try to see and go the same direction. Maybe I can pick up, like, the fresh tracks from her and go from that. Okay, it did say that's trotting, but that's the other way now. Oh, is that another Bentang? It's going down a bit, so it's going to be hard to see. Shoot. Or is that just the female again? That might just be the same female. I'm hoping... I'm really hoping she's not as aggressive as the water buffalo are. I haven't actually, I think, been too close to the Bentang to know. Okay, good. So they're a little bit more prone just to running off. Yeah, hopefully that water buffalo didn't get too far here. Just trying to see... no, I feel like for like the distance I covered, the one that I've got the intestine shot on might still have kept going away that way. Okay. Well, let me just double back on what I've already just, like, come back on. I think it's because the Bentang call might have actually came around the same time maybe some of the, like, other sounds did from that one water buffalo. So I just kind of dismissed everything from that direction when I really shouldn't have. That was a big mistake to have done. Oh. Okay, somebody's trotting in here now. Looks like another water buffalo, perhaps. Yeah, I can see horns there, but I can't make out if it's a male or female. I don't want to be too active. Okay, should be able to home in on that. Okay, that is female, so that may be our girl. Just want to see what she does. Because if she is the wounded one... she is trotting, so she's not... kind of hard to say what her state is right now, like how alert she might be. Try to be cautious as we... Yeah, see, I don't know if that is ours or not. You know what? I don't know if she is, because she's not really, like, limping or anything to make me think, like, she's been hit. So I'm just going to try to back off a bit from her. I think, see, I haven't really seen them when they're, like, I'm going to kind of give the game some credit and say, if she's not limping and with the intestines shot, then I don't think that's the one that we've wounded. But yeah, definitely have to say the Hunter is a game, you need to have a lot of time before the game, like, almost warms up and you get into really active parts of it. Oh, and time-wise, yeah, these... God, I wish I could get the channel growing a little faster. Because it's one of those, there's more I'd like to do and would love to do, but... unfortunately, love don't exactly put food on the table. Well, maybe certain kinds do, but not the kind that I'm doing. No, I'm not looking for a new trail. Oh, I think that's her right down there. Yeah, that's where she got to. Okay, we'll grab her. I don't think we'll do a trophy shot with her. But I am curious to see where the arrow supposedly has landed on her. Because, like, for it being a front-facing animal there, I got an intestine hit. How does that work when you're, like, having to go through the front end of it? Yeah, see, this almost looks like it went through her spine, so... how... because if it got hit here, how did it shoot through, but I'm just going to resume, and... she actually sells for a decent amount with everything else we've been going after this hunt, too. I wonder if I should just take a look and see what's... oh, yeah, we got more, oh, dang, we got everything out and about. Ooh, some nice-looking bantang there. A couple water... oh, look at you. Oh, I don't think I'd be able to get Are you trying to cross? How much time do I got? Oh, unfortunately... I have to see. I don't think I'd be able to, though. No, and we got another kind of deer there. I think that might be a rusa or a sumbar. But you're... keep coming, buddy. You know what? If you're going to come right to me, I can play the waiting game. Because you guys move... oh, actually, I think I got... huh. I don't know which one is a better score. I guess we have to wait and see if they keep on this journey. They've apparently coming right for me. Literally coming right for me. I don't know which one's a better scoring animal. That's the problem. Well, you look like you might be turning away, but you are... I'll give it a few minutes just in case I can get one of these guys in nice and... no, actually, before I do, let's just swap this out in case. I might need to do a couple of shots in quick succession here. So it looks like the guy on our right might be our one to... oh. Yeah, the one on the left just seems to be enjoying a little swim. Well, this guy's got a purpose for something. I'm as low as I can go. So let me see where they want to exactly get to. Ooh, we actually got a thunderstorm. Okay, yeah, that's the Rusa making a call. So you guys are able to basically swim and say, screw you, Hunter, we gotta go anywhere we want. And, oh, see, I feel like the one on the left might be a bit better scoring. But maybe that's just me. This is one of the things when you don't really have, your skills up, you have no idea what's actually the better option here. And okay, so I was gonna say, what happened to him? He basically froze mid-swim. See, I need them to also get out of the water and onto, like, actual proper land. Because then, if I hit them in the water, they're not going to be able to be retrieved. There you go. Okay, yeah, I think the guy on the right here is going to be ours to get. Those, the one on the left has been approaching, but he's been much slower about it. God, these guys are like sitting at equidistance of left, right, left or right, left or right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Holy crap. Did not realize this guy was behind me. And he basically ruined my chances. I didn't even know he was behind me. I didn't hear him coming in at all. Well, we'll end this episode here with kind of a pretty amazing encounter there. But thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the Hunter Classic. We're going to be changing things up to another reserve come next week, and I think it's going to be Val de Bois. So we'll head out there. I'll try to see about picking up some climbing gear, and we'll take a look and see what's on that map. But thank you very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like. If you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. Any feedback I try to respond to as soon as I can on the channel. Until I catch you in the next video or episode, Survivors, Survivors and Hunters, let's not forget you guys. Until I do see you then, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.